Hi everybody, I'm Diane Brady. I'm here with Josh Weinstein, who is the President, CEO, and Chief Climate Officer of Carnival Corporation. Welcome. Nice to see you.
Thank you very much. Very nice to be here.
I want to start with what was, which was, I think during the pandemic, cruising took on a bit of almost like a floating prison motif where like you're trapped on a boat and people couldn't get in. That's a pretty tough brand, not unique to your brand, but brand of cruising itself. Where does it stand today?
No, it's in some respects that seems like decades ago, to be honest with you, given where we are today.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy. We have a team of 160,000 people, and the ingenuity and creativity and agility and nimbleness that they showed in the pause and then the restart, which we consider the world's largest startup in history. If you think about us launching almost 100 ships, bringing back 100,000 team members, and getting on board 300,000 guests over about a 16-month period, I don't know that it's a fact, but we're going to treat it like a fact that it's the world's largest startup in history.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And what we found is, as we got through that restart, and as the world started normalizing and frankly treating us the way we should be treated, which is equal playing field, we have the data and the science to prove how safe we actually were.
You were unfairly targeted, you think?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. There was a lot of misinformation and fear and unknown, and we worked with the CDC and the administration and various agencies to actually change that trajectory. And once that happened, and once we started getting put on equal playing field, which was really in the middle of August of last year, the demand shot through the roof. And all of that creativity and grit and determination and nimbleness that we had, our team had, we got to start putting it back into the business. Actually, not using that to respond, but using that to proactively figure out how do we improve the guest experience.
So the fact that business was like pent up demand, was it that people never bought into the problems of the very real problems of when the pandemic hits on a boat and you're not being let in, that causes huge issues. Or did you do something, was there anything that you did that you feel that you were able to evolve the brand and use it as an opportunity to inform people about what was actually going on?
Well, I mean, the health and safety credentials, we were able to put out front and center when we restarted. And it's true, I won't even get into it because it's like bringing up flashbacks that I don't want to bring up with debating with the
PTSD,
CDC.
Right?
A little bit. But what actually ended up happening, by the time we started that normalization process, people weren't making their vacation decisions based on health and safety. It was literally based on hassle factor, right? And the hassle factor of the protocols we had to have in place that were so much different from land simply made people say, you know what, I'm going to wait. And literally, August 15th, once those hassle factors normalized and we got to remove them, that's when we knew it wasn't about health and safety, and we didn't think it was. It was about simply wanting to remove friction from the decision-making process.
And there's friction in other parts of the travel industry now that airports, if you want to go to all these places, but let me ask you.
Well, let me just say, one of our strategies and one of the things that's been very successful for us, not just in the US, but around the world, is moving our ships to be closer in home porting to where populations are. So if you are in the United States, you can actually drive to one of our ships within 6 hours for 50% of the country.
Really?
You can avoid air travel if you want to, and come drive and get on one of our ships. And we think that's incredibly powerful and important as people are protecting their holiday spend, but really having to think hard about how they maximize it.
Is it the same crop of people that loved you before the pandemic love you now?
Absolutely is.
And is there any, when you think about the new markets and the growth, where are you seeing opportunities in some of the, like, let's take younger travelers. I associate cruises usually with older travelers for that very reason of the ease and are younger travelers attracted to, or are they wanting something different?
It's fascinating. There was actually a piece in the Wall Street Journal about a week ago speaking exactly to this. And basically the punchline was millennials are seeing the value of cruise. They see the ability to have a lot of choice, a lot of personalization, You get on one of our ships, and we will take you to numerous places. You unpack once, and we'll take you to 4 ports, 5 ports in a 7 to 10 day period. That's incredibly attractive for people, and it's almost like you can hit the easy button, right? You hit that easy button, and then you decide what you want to make of that holiday, and it's pretty powerful.
Let me ask about the Chief Climate Officer. First of all, did you not have enough to do that you had to like, I'll take that title too? Like, why would that and CEO go together?
Well, I mean, as we move forward, strategy and sustainability go hand in hand. You know, we peaked our absolute carbon in 2011. We are 30% bigger today than we were in 2011, and yet we peaked over a decade ago.
Fuel efficiency? What's
you got
changed?
it. It's fuel efficiency. It's us being smarter about our consumption, right? I mean, no matter what the price of fuel is, no matter what the carbon impact is, if you use less, you'll do better. And so our primary focus is on that consumption. And we can do that through technology. We can do that in retrofitting our existing ships and introducing our new builds. Itinerary planning. You know, driving a ship is like driving a car. If you go slower and you go shorter distances, you use less fuel. And it's just better practices, right? What is it that we can do to make sure we're optimizing how we run 100 hotels, 1,000 restaurants, 1,500 bars? I mean, this is our business. And so it's very important for us to be charting our future and having sustainability and climate change intertwined with that future growth.
Let me ask you before I let you go about the offshore experience, but there has been over time sometimes this perceived notion of the cruise ship comes to town, all the meals are on the ship, and they enjoy the local environment, but don't necessarily put that much into it because so much of their consumption is with you.
Yeah. So I think a litmus test of that is we went on pause for over a year. There was no cruising. The people that were clamoring the most for cruising outside of us were our destination partners, saying, come back. We need you. You bring economic growth.
Right?
You bring people. You bring dollars. You bring dollars into our economy. And as they like to call it, it's instantaneous dollars. There's no infrastructure buildup, right? They can immediately get an inflow of tourism that they don't have the ability to just generate on their own. Now, we have been working really hard with our destination partners to make sure that they are truly sustainable win-win relationships. But the pause really crystallized for us and for a lot of our destination partners how important we are to each other.
Help us see around the corner. There's so many headwinds right now. I know that, yes, we want to travel, but layoffs, rising interest rates. What are you seeing? Like, what's on your radar you would put on ours?
Well, I'll tell you, everything that you read about is the same thing that I read about and that we're seeing, which is people are...
Yeah, but you get into rooms I don't get to go.
That's fair. That's fair. People are protecting their holiday spending. They are protecting that need to travel.
No gifts, kids. We're going on a cruise, right?
When I joined the company 21 years ago, there was a lot of, as an American, there was a lot of backhanded comments to our European brands who got the benefit of, oh, you get 6-week holidays over in Germany and Italy and the UK, and well, holidays are so protected over there. I'll tell you what, flash forward to today, that mentality of protecting your vacation and making that almost sacred in how you think about prioritizing your spend, it's here. It's in the US, and people need it. You know, if you think about what we've all been through, the stresses, right, the constantly being on, the work-life balance effectively getting intertwined with remote working.
Remote work at sea.
Well, I hope not, actually. I want us to be an escape. I want us to be a break from that world and let people spend time experiencing each other, right? Their family, their friends. You know, put down the phone, look at the beaches and the views and the glaciers, wherever we're taking you, right? Enjoy that meal with your family, right? Enjoy that show that you're going on. Enjoy the spa, the casino, the beverages. So
it's less about the tech developments. If I was to say to you 5 years from today, what looks different, if anything, it's more going back to a traditional vacation than it is to say we're going to have this technology and this, and you'll be able to do that.
I think we're going to have a lot more technology, but it's going to be the technology that's sitting behind the scenes that enables people to not have to worry about those things. Absolutely. I mean, that's the goal, right? The goal is technology is something you shouldn't be seeing or feeling or experiencing. It should just make the experience that you want in your holiday seamless. And that's what we're shooting for.
Wi-Fi in the middle of the ocean.
We got it.
That is the dream.
We do got it. We have Starlink and everything.
Excellent. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.